Hello, distance learners. So you're going to, on your geometry assignment, here in 5th hour, you're going to need to do a flip. Up here. You're going to need to do a flip grid on either 15, 16, or 17. If you're in 6th hour, you're, 13, 14, 15. How many are there on there? 18? Okay, sorry. 13, 14, or 15. And if you're in 6th hour, you have to do a flip grid on one of these 3. To help you with that, I'm going to do 15, the last one, in each. And nobody has it 1st through 4th hour. So you guys at home should be good. Those of you in class, you might.
Why do we have to do this?
It was assigned. All right, so number 15, I need to read it first. Oh, perfect.
121, 5.55, d equals 4 dash 3.
Gotcha.
R3, and
So it's a formula question from geometry, and it wants you to find the surface area. So I'm going to write the formula for surface area down. It was given on the worksheet. All right, I'll give this back to you in just 1 second. It doesn't give you the surface area. It gives you the volume, and they also give you a formula for that, 4/3 pi r cubed. All right, so I'm going to hand this back. In order for you to be able to calculate the surface area, 4 is a number. So if you got this one for your flip grid, say, well, if you calculated in the surface area, 4 is a number, pi is a number. Really, all you need is the radius, but they didn't give it to you. So you're going to point at this. If this is your flip grid one, you're going to tell whoever you're teaching it to that you need to get the r. The way you're going to get the r is you're going to go over, and they told you what the volume is. So it's going to become calculator work in just a second, but I need to know what the volume of the sphere is. I didn't write that down off of Jackson's.
121.5.
Oh, perfect. So I'm going to read pi. Perfect. That's what the volume is. So I'm just plugging that in. And I know that to get the volume, the formula is 4/3 times pi times r cubed. So I'm going to use my calculator to figure out what the r is by doing opposite operations. First of all, since pi is on both sides, if I divide by pi, it'll go. So the first thing you can do or discuss, if this one's your flip grid, is that the pi cancels off of both sides. Now I need a calculator. All right, so help me out on the calculator. The next thing I need to get rid of is the 4/3. I'm trying to attack this radius over here. You might want to point at that if you make your flip grid on this one and write solve for r. The pi's cancel. How do I get rid of a 4/3?
You gotta do the reciprocal.
Yes, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. It'll give me 12 over 12 over here, which is why it'll be gone, right? And over on this side, I need somebody to take out their calculator and do 3/4 times 121.5. We're multiplying by the reciprocal. Again, you might want to write that down if this is going to be your flip.
91.125.
Can I get a backer on that? 91 point, not that I don't trust you, just 91.135, you said?
2.5.
2.5, let's keep it exact. All right, that's what r to the 3rd power equals. So what's the only thing I still need to get rid of on here to have the r solved for? That's the only thing I need to get rid of.
You need to get rid of the cube.
I need to get rid of the
You
cubing.
cube root it.
You cubed root it. So I just want to make sure you know where that is on your calculator. It's under the math option, and it's either number 3 or 4. Number 3. All right, so I'm going to write a little note so that if you're doing this one for your flip grid, you can tell the guys, whoever you're doing it, to go to math on the calculator, number 3, and it's going to throw the cubed root up there, and you're going to do 91.125, and the cubed root will, as Mason said, undo the cubing.
Wait, did you say 3 now?
Is it math 3 or
It's
4?
math.
4, I believe.
Math 4, thank you, especially since I'm recording. I don't have my calculator out here. So that'll give me the radius. I don't know what it is.
It's 4.5.
4.5 exactly?
Mhm.
Awesome. I like that.
4.5
4.5 is the R. So for me to get the surface area, again, I have to go on my calculator and say, well, the surface area of a sphere is 4. So put a 4 on your calculator.
exactly. 4 pi.
Times pi And don't use 3.14, your calculator has a pi button. It's right here. So it's second and the little power key. So find your pi button. And then times the radius, which we just solved for, squared.
I got 254.47.
Did you put a 4.5 in here?
Yep.
Perfect. Can I get a backer on that? Just, okay. What did you get? 250?
4.469, so I just did 47.
47. All right. Did it say what to round to, or did it say?
No, I just rounded it like
Perfect. All right. And were there units on this problem, like anything in inches or feet or anything like that?
No,
Nope.
it's not.
So it's done. So that's number 15. It was just using the two formulas. The one that I wanted, the surface area, I didn't have the radius. So I used the volume information to get the radius. How's that one? We good? All right, so hope maybe you get assigned number 15. Distance learners, I definitely choose 15 if you're in period 5. Period 6, are any of you guys in period 6?
Yeah.
You have to pick or be assigned, I'm not sure which, one of these three. So I'm gonna go with the most difficult one, just in case. All right, we'll go with number 18. All right, it's about an octagon. So how many sides on an octagon? 8. I'm just gonna make one, just a generic one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just a fake one. You could make it look like a stop sign, but stop sign has all the angles the same. There, I'll put dots. That looked like one side. So I made, these are both octagons. The stop sign's called a regular octagon, and all these angles are the same. The reason I didn't draw the typical regular octagon is because this one said that 2 of the angles were how many degrees?
2 of the angles were 2 right angles and 6 of the congruent angles. And 2 of them are right angles.
All right. So we have 2 right angles. How many other angles do we have?
6.
6, and they're all the same. This is actually a pretty bad picture. I think I'm gonna pop that. Whatever. It should have said a convex, and I drew a concave, but it didn't say that, so that's the questions problem. Anyway, let's just say these other 6 are all the same. I'm putting arcs on here to indicate they're all the same, even though on my picture they're not. All right. So I have 90 degrees in one of them, plus 90 degrees in another, right? Plus 6 that are all the same. And what do we call something in math when we don't know what it is? What's your favorite thing to call it? Probably x, variable. Yeah. So it'd be plus x, plus x, plus x, plus x, plus x, plus x. There are 6 of them. So there's all the angles in my octagon. I think in class you guys were told to use Google to help you out, weren't you? You would need to Google how many degrees are in an octagon. All right? But there's a formula for that says you do the number of sides. How many sides are on an octagon? 8. You subtract 2 from it, and you multiply it by 180. But I think you guys were told to Google, so I'm not quite sure if you'll need to explain that. I think you should, though. So let's point at that 6 and write number of sides minus 2. And it's always 180. So if it was like 10-sided, you do 8 times 180. I think you were supposed to Google the formula, probably, not Google that result. What's 6 times 180?
It's like 1080.
Yeah.
1080?
Yeah.
Perfect. So now you just need to solve this. And again, I've added these 2 together because they said there were 2 of them that were already 90 degrees, 6 of them that are the same. And then here's what all the degrees in an octagon add up to. If it had said in a square, you would say, well, they all add up to 360.
So.
All right. So you need to subtract 180.
I got x equals 150.
You get 6x equals whatever it equals.
900.
And then divide by 6.
150.
150? Okay. 150 degrees is what all those other angles are. So it'd be a 90, and 6 150s. Does that make sense for that one?
Yep.
Okay, this is a bad picture. Let's make a better. Let's actually just do sort of a stop sign kind of thing, but make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here's, let's say these are the 6. Just in case for your flip grid you get assigned this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's say these two, which are bad, are the 90s. Each of these would end up being 150. There. That way, if you get assigned number 18, it's nice. All right. I'm going to stop the video because those are the only two I'm doing for distance learning. But with you guys, I think because we have time, I'm going to look at a couple more in the back. Why am I sticking to the back?